Hey there, bright anarchist, amazing atheist here. Your first question was, what do I think of the term bright? Yeah, I think it's a pretty stupid word. I don't disagree with the philosophy at all. I think that is pretty accurate. I mean, I don't really differentiate between it and what I know as atheism. There's two reasons I don't like the word. One is because it's monosyllabic. Christianity, atheism. To me, the word bright is just too much like a gut punch. It's too visceral. It's just like, bright. It's like crip, blood, bright. It just seems like kind of like almost like a slack-jawed thing to me. But I agree with the philosophy behind it as you explained it. I didn't check out the website because to me it just sounds like atheists that don't want to be called atheists, and I think that's kind of weird. I think it's really almost another one of those things that I view as being an escape. Like, I think a lot of agnostics call themselves agnostics because they don't want to call themselves atheists, because there's a stigmata around it. There's a negative aura around the word because this society has kind of made it a poison word. It's like communist, atheist. It's like they call the commies godless, and they said that's why they fell and all that. So, there's a definite negative connotation to the word, and I think that bright, if you look at the word bright itself, it does kind of connote something that we associate with positivity. Most of us, not me, which gets to my second reason. I don't associate bright with anything positive because, as you can see, I have blonde hair. When I was a child, it was much more blonde. In fact, it was nearly white. And because of this, I at some point developed the nickname Bright White, which I hated, and which I've now revealed, so I'm sure people will use just to piss me off. So I don't like the word. I don't like the word bright. I have a negative. It brings back bad memories for me. Not terrible memories, not like traumatic, they threw rocks at me and all that kind of stuff, but it brings back a time where I was mildly annoyed by a stupid nickname that I didn't like. So I don't have a positive view of the word bright, but I think most people do. So it seems to me like it's an evasion of, it seems like it's a cowardly move. Maybe that's not how you came to it. You don't seem like a very cowardly person. I think that anyone who publicly identifies himself as an anarchist is not cowardly. But I think that is where the bright movement would have come from. And once again, I don't really know that much about it, so I could be way off base. But gut reaction, first impression, that's what I think. Second, you asked, if I'm godless, a godless heathen because of political reasons, or because of because the logical fallacies that are inherent within all religion. Both. Because I'm like you. I naturally tend towards freedom and individualism, and I think that's the highest virtue of mankind. And I think the more we drift away from that, the worse off we are. I think that really, I'm going to go on a big tangent now that has little to do with what you're talking about, but bear with me. I was listening to the Star-Spangled Banner the other day. I actually do like that song. I know most people kind of groan when it starts playing on the PA system before sporting events and stuff like that. But I actually like that song. I like to sing along to it. It's a good song. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light? What? I'm not going to sing the whole thing. But the ending kind of struck me. For the land of the free and the home of the brave. it just seemed kind of weird to me that the two things that he really wanted to emphasize, and that's not the actual ending of the song, it's just the ending of the first verse, there is more verses after that, but the things that he was emphasizing in that song were the two things that are kind of mutual to one another. They kind of feed off each other. Freedom feeds bravery, and bravery feeds freedom. And I think that one of the reasons that we've seen this resurgence in religious fundamentalism, especially in the right-wing sector of this country, is because we are no longer brave. We have become cowardly. I think that I hate to say it because I'm such a patriot in some ways that I hate to say anything bad about this country. I have no problem saying bad things about the government because I think that it has really fallen away from the principles that our founding fathers set down for us to follow. But I really think that it's a great country, and probably once was the greatest country on the planet. I don't know if it still is. It might be, but if it is, it's not because it's great, it's because everywhere else is shit. The problem we have here is that if you just look at our society, everything that we do now seems to be based on fear. I mean, the fact that 15 idiots that are practicing some primitive religion called Islam, crashed some planes into some buildings, and the whole country went fucking apeshit, and everyone, got so fucking scared.